was a guy that seemed to me to have all of the benefits that would guarantee his success, and he was too stupid to live on any of it.
The Chopper, Josh Tobin, everybody know who that is, man. Come on, man, stop doing that, Floyd, man, and pay Gervonta Davis his $34 million, man, and pay your taxes.
In an open interview, comedian Katt Williams spoke about the drama around Floyd Mayweather's supposed $40 million fraud. Backing Shannon Sharpe's views, known for being blunt, Williams talked about how tough it is to be honest in Hollywood, saying, "You can't speak that much truth without upsetting some groups." He stood by his style of being direct, showing he's serious about bringing up hard topics even when they involve stars like Mayweather. Sharpe, too, has often doubted Mayweather's spending choices, especially with rumors of money troubles. His thoughts match Williams' views, both calling out the need for honesty and openness in the spotlight.
We're positioned as a person in Hollywood, I'm saying, anyway, just because of the amount of truth that I will tell and the fact that I take joy in it. And there's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that. And at 5'5", I've always handled it dispersed, you know, so that I'm always addressing whatever the problem is to nip it in the bud. And as a professional and as somebody that now where I stand, I can no longer do that. Those are just the breaks.
Katt Williams often shows himself as someone who isn't afraid to speak the truth and question those in power. In honest talks, he's pointed out how people are pushed to fit in, saying there's pressure to think like the majority. He believes this is done to stop people from speaking out later. Williams also says society expects someone game-changing to show up, but when they do, they're labeled to keep them in line. He feels this naming is used to stop change before it starts. He also talks about the entertainment world, claiming success often depends more on following unspoken rules than being talented. He has criticized stars who, in his eyes, made it big not just from skill, but by pleasing powerful groups. Through his bold words, Williams hopes to uncover how power and control really work in showbiz, urging people to question what they see. In order to technically be sane, it requires that your belief system go along with everybody else's. And so that's why they put such a high modicum on labeling you as that, just in preparation for what you might later say.
Just because you're different, they always want to kind of put somebody into a box.
Well,
right.
That's the shallow end of it. On the deep end of it, they have an idea that there's a Messiah coming and they're not sure who it's going to be. They just know it should stick out.
Candace Owens praised Katt Williams for being brave in revealing secrets about big names in the entertainment world. She said many of the people Williams has exposed later ended up facing legal or public problems, showing that his claims might hold truth. Owens pointed out that these individuals were hiding shady behavior until Williams brought it out, which led to real consequences. She believes that Williams' bold words are often right, proven by what happens after. This pattern, she says, shows just how important Williams is in calling out powerful people and making them answer for their actions.
The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed.
Shannon Sharpe shared how upset he was about Floyd Mayweather's money issues, especially the supposed $40 million fraud. Sharpe stressed that independent workers like Mayweather must take charge of their own money, including saving enough to cover taxes. He said, "I'm disappointed, I really am." Sharpe mentioned that despite earning huge paychecks, Mayweather didn't seem to plan well with his money, which led to serious trouble. He criticized Mayweather's habit of showing off wealth while ignoring his bills, calling it careless. Sharpe's words stress how vital it is for wealthy public figures to handle their money wisely. He thinks Mayweather's story is a warning of what happens when you don't.
Disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deductions and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
Shannon Sharpe said he was disappointed in Floyd Mayweather for flaunting his riches, While ignoring his money problems, he noted that Mayweather had faced similar tax issues before, especially with the IRS, yet still keeps posting about piles of cash, fancy cars, and jets online. Sharpe said it's frustrating to watch Mayweather avoid paying what he owes, even though he clearly has enough money. Though he understands the pull of a big payday, Sharpe called it two-faced for Mayweather to care more about appearances than doing the right thing financially.
Out of retirement in 55
Yeah.
to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway.
Shannon Sharpe is annoyed with Floyd Mayweather because he doesn't seem to care how people view him. Sharpe says that even though Floyd is older and past his best, fans still pay to see him fight not because they admire his skill, but because they want to see him lose. His exhibition fights, where there's little real risk, still draw crowds because people are curious if this will be the time he gets knocked out. This shows how Mayweather's image has changed from being a boxing legend to someone fans hope to watch fall. Sharpe believes even at 60, people will pay to see him, not for greatness, but to witness his decline. This shows how Mayweather's story has turned into one of drama and curiosity instead of glory and talent.
He could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box something.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber. A YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point, there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No.
So he doesn't see, like, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like
Joe Rogan and others have shown worry over how Floyd Mayweather handles his money, with some wondering if he's really financially secure. On his podcast, Rogan said that Mayweather's constant luxury spending seems like he needs money more, that he cares about his legacy, his huge list of things, many homes, tons of sports cars, and a $53 million jet shows a lifestyle that's hard to keep up. Mayweather is also known for giving out costly gifts like fancy cars and apartments, adding to the concern that his spending might be out of control.
I have met someone who is directly within the Floyd Mayweather circle, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, he spends like an absolute madman. And I'm not just talking about a mansion and some sports cars. I mean multiple mansions, multiple cars, and not even just different cars, because he does have a bunch of different sports cars, but he has some cars that are exactly the same car, exactly the same color, but he has like multiple of them. And not only that, but for a while, I'm pretty sure he cut these people off now. There was a lot of people he would just give free cars to, give money to, and have them in like all types of crazy apartments and stuff like that as well. Oh, and you can't forget about the $53 million jet. And that's not even mentioning the insane amount of expensive jewelry he has, designer clothes, and him throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
This behavior shows that even with all the money Floyd Mayweather earned from boxing, he might not be as financially safe as people think. The fact that he still owes the IRS millions only makes this worse. Reports say he had a $29 million debt with them, and though he may have paid part of it, the size of his debts and spending shows poor planning for the future. Rogan's view reflects how more and more people see Mayweather's current fights as money grabs rather than something about passion or legacy. Going from a champion to someone chasing checks shows how Mayweather is focused more on bills than leaving a lasting mark. Fans who once respected his skills now feel let down by this shift. Shannon Sharpe didn't hide how let down he was by Floyd Mayweather's exhibition match with Logan Paul, calling it an insult to boxing. Sharpe said it made no sense for someone with an unbeaten record to fight a YouTuber with no real boxing background, for a champion known for top-tier skill to take part in this kind of event. Felt like a big step down. Sharpe couldn't believe that Mayweather, who ruled the sport for years, would lower his name by joining a fight that had little real competition and was more about grabbing internet fame than showing true boxing. Sharpe's anger came from seeing Mayweather once boxing's golden name reduce himself just to make quick cash, hurting the sport's honor in the process. He questioned how someone with Mayweather's skills and past wins could agree to something so low, especially since he already proved himself. Conor McGregor also took a shot at Mayweather, mocking him for coming back to fight in exhibitions. McGregor claimed Mayweather only took the fight to pay the IRS, saying he didn't care about the reasons behind it. He slammed Mayweather for not retiring for good, saying he should have handled his taxes and avoided hurting his legacy with these pointless comebacks. Katt Williams often brings up how elites try to protect their image, even if it means hiding the truth. When he says genius is relative, he means that people who are different or ahead of their time often seem strange at first. Only after they're gone do others realize their greatness. Williams talks about how those in power try to silence anyone who threatens their position. This ties to Floyd Mayweather's story, where his choices and lifestyle, like doing exhibition fights, look like efforts to keep up a public image. The elites, in this case, may be helping cover up his money problems to keep his champion status alive, despite all his past wins. Mayweather's need for fame and money makes people question how those in power shape what the public sees, even when it's not real. Floyd Mayweather's $40 million scam came to light when he lied about having no partner in the deal to save face. Later, business sources proved he wasn't telling the truth, exposing what really happened. This scandal hurt his name and raised big questions about his trustworthiness. He also got slammed for always showing off cash, cars, clothes, and women, which reminded many of a common pattern in boxing. Critics say that Mayweather's love for showing off, along with his belief that his money will never run out, is like the downfall many boxers face. They live big early, invest, and create businesses, but still end up broke. This worry shows that Mayweather might be heading down the same road.